It appears hell has indeed froze over, ladies and gentlemen. And that's because Warzone has finally made its way on the channel. And thank Christ, it's not me that posted this damn gameplay. As a matter of fact, once again, my buddy Dante is coming in clutch for me one more time. As many of you guys know, we have a bit of a working relationship. And part of that relationship is that he provides me some fucking great gameplay that he's gotten from either Warzone, Modern Warfare, Black Ops Cold War, etc. So check him out in the description below. He posts a lot of great gameplays. He'll be the first links you see down there. And man, do check him out. He's got a Twitter, he's got a YouTube, he's got Twitch, he's got all that fun stuff. So go support my boy. You can also support me by subscribing to the channel, putting on notifications, as well as follow me on Twitter, my official Facebook, Twitch, and all that stuff, as well as supporting the 69 Whiskey podcast. So without further ado, let's get right into today's commentary. Now, this topic kind of flew under the radar. Well, I don't want to say it flew under the radar. I kind of just didn't talk about it just because, I don't know, I just didn't have an opinion on it at the time. And now that I have some thoughts on it, and now that I've actually, done a little bit of research, watched some YouTube videos, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of what I think is going on here regarding Call of Duty 2021 Sledgehammer Games' third installment into the Call of Duty series. Now, judging from a bunch of leaks and shit that happened within the last month or so, a lot of people are getting the idea that this is a World War II based game. However, I haven't seen any fucking leak that has said World War II. Everything I've been seeing has been Korean War related. Now, granted, Korean War and World War II were not too far off from each other, so the weaponry was a little bit more or less the same. And if that's the case, I'd be a little bit disappointed, because I am not gonna lie, I don't want to have to play another World War II weapon era-esque game. I mean, I'm sure some weapons were different in terms of the Korean War. After all, my grandfather did actually serve during the time of Korean War, and he was telling me all the weapons he was proficient in before he had passed away. And I was like, a lot of it, I didn't realize a lot of the World War II weapons were really brought in from the US side of things. Of course, I'm pretty sure the AK-47 was being developed and distributed in terms of the communist country, the North Korea, and hell, maybe even China. Who knows? I don't. Either way, all I'm trying to say is there really wouldn't be much weapon differentiation between the two. So I see where a lot of people are getting the World War II idea of it from. Granted, we just had a World War II game a couple of years ago with COD World War II, which is still, in my opinion, probably one of the better Call of Duty experiences you can have, whether it's on PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 or any of the other consoles that are out there. I don't know, man. I really just want to see a nom fucking game. I really have been waiting a while for that. The last legit game that was Vietnam, and I wouldn't even call it legit Vietnam game, but obviously Battlefield Vietnam was one thing. Another one was going to be Black Ops 1's roughly Vietnam era, so a lot of the weaponry is the same there. People would argue Cold War is, but I think Cold War is 80s. So, there would probably still be some weapons brought over from there, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't really believe any of these things. I'm just pointing out maybe some of the problems or some of the things that people are saying about the potential game. I just don't believe it's not going to be I don't believe it's going to be a lot of this stuff. I think somehow, some way, Sledgehammer is going to turn some sort of 180 and turn this into something that's much more... turn it into something that it's not being reported. I don't know what that could be. Do I have a lot of faith in Sledgehammer? Kind of. And I'm not saying that because I'm a fanboy of them or anything. I just think Infinity War and Treyarch have fallen off the map so hard over the last 4 or 5 years or so that I don't give a fuck what they do anymore. And I'm not gonna lie, I have a theory that possibly because Sledgehammer wasn't gonna play by Activision's rules, that's why the game was taken away. Their game was taken away in favor of Treyarch. I have a feeling that something along the lines had to have been that way. I wouldn't be surprised if it if it was part of the reason, the whole reason, just a fraction of the reason. I just feel like they weren't going to play entirely by Activision's rules, so Activision's like, oh, Treyarch's a bunch of yes men, we'll put them in. I don't know, I feel like we're expecting a good game, because after all, after Condrey and Schofield left with World War II, they were promoted or fired, I don't really know what's the terms that they used? I'm not sure the exact terminology they used, but I'm willing to think, or I believe, that after Condrey and Schofield left, World War II became arguably one of the better games of the last-gen console era, despite it having a lot of problems early on. It basically, I wouldn't say it pulled a Battlefield, or Battlefront 2, excuse me. Battlefront 2 was an astronomical comeback unlike anything that's ever been seen in gaming before. But, you know, World War II did a decent job of pulling off a decent comeback in its own right. I don't know, man. At this point, I believe it could be anything. I think it could truly be anything. It could be Nam. It could be Korean War. I think Korean War would be interesting, considering it's not a war that's really... I mean, despite it being around for about 3 years and more or less ending in a draw, more or less, and the ramifications of that conflict are still very much known to this day. I'm under the impression that a lot of people don't really fucking know about the Korean War and don't really pay attention to it much in school and all that stuff, because it's probably glossed over in school. So I'm willing to believe that that's going to be a cool game to experience. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I'd like to know what you guys think down in the comments section below. I honestly believe, whether it's, again, I can't confirm or deny anything. I can only talk to you about what I've read and what other people have reported on. I just think there needs to be some sort of change. I would prefer it to not be so much of a past-esque game. I think, I've said before and I'll say it again, Vietnam is like the perfect mix of modern versus past. I really like to see a true Vietnam game. I mean, who knows? Unless Battlefield's doing that already, and maybe that's why they haven't really done anything about it. I don't know. But that's all I'm going to say about that. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed today's gameplay. And as I said before, check out Dante, check out me. I will see you all on the next upload. Take care of yourselves, and more importantly, take care of each other. Dante, what the fuck were you thinking here, buddy? Come on. See you guys soon.